Hello everyone, my name is Sasha Bonasin and I'm a psychic medium, and this is my monthly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's for you, my beautiful Gemini, and it's for November 2018. So it's for you, my gorgeous Gemini, and it's for November 2018. You're starting with a number one. So when it comes to numerology, and when it comes to number one, and when it comes to the actual month of November, this is going to be the time of the actual unfoldment when it comes to things that you have been focusing on, not only in the last month, not only in the last couple of months, but this is going to be very significant because this is also going to be a massive, huge and very significant stepping stone, and this is going to be very significant when it comes to the whole of November, and also December is going to be rather significant and very much so connected to the actual November. So what's going to be happening in November? In December it is going to be a very significant continuation. So you can think about November like about a very fertile ground. You can think of November about you just walking, on an extremely fertile field and just chucking your seeds and just preparing everything for later on. This is going to be very significant, very significant, very significant, because when it comes to the actual power of manifestation, and when it comes to the actual power to manifest things in our lives, November is going to be the months. Okay, number one is also trying to let you know that this is going to be the realization of what you have actually achieved so far. But it is not only the realization of what you have achieved so far, but it's just actually to feel it, to completely get it, to feel it, and to step back just for a second and just to look at the things from a slightly different angle. That slightly different angle is going to be absolutely life-changing when it comes to November and when it comes to you, my beautiful Gemini. Number one, it's also trying to let you know that this is going to be the month that is just certain things are going to change, and you're going to start feeling yourself. You're going to start feeling your spiritual journey. Karmically, this is also going to be a very powerful time, but on another hand, number one is also trying to let you know that there is going to be a really nice result of the past efforts. And what else I was going to say, that why November is going to be so significant when it comes to the actual number one as well. It is not only about the financial situation starting to improve. It is not only about you seeing the achievement, but this is actually going back 36 months ago. 36 months ago, things started manifesting in your life. Things started manifesting in your sign. And 36 months ago, there was a certain energy that started, and that particular energy was just kind of making you feeling a little bit more drained that you would normally feel. And believe me or not, this draining energy, this draining feeling was going on for a really long time, and it was draining your energy in such a way that you would find yourself very often thinking like, oh my god, what happened to my energy? Why I haven't got so much energy anymore, you see? And you would then find yourself on another hand not being so productive, you see? And this is when this particular energy, this feeling can actually affect us in such a way that emotionally we just kind of reach a certain point when we are like, oh god, what's happening? Now November is just going to change things around. November is going to turn things around. You're gonna start seeing things in a slightly different light. And what actually started happening in your life 36 months ago, this is going to be a massive, huge, a very powerful unfoldment indeed. So very, very spiritual month, but also materialistically, this is going to be an incredible month. So when it comes to the actual balance, this is the month when your balance is going to be back. Okay, and there are lots of little signs and lots of little realizations that you are going to have, whether you're going to be asking for it, whether you're not going to be asking for it. You are going to end up having the people coming to you throughout the months, mentioning something about you, mentioning something about your achievement, and you're going to like it. You're going to like it, and you're going to start feeling very proud and very pleased with yourself. And that's really, really good, because that in itself is just going to open up the whole new option vision for you. The whole new reality is about to start manifesting for you, my beautiful Gemini, and this is going to be amazing. When it comes to the actual health, you see, I just said and I've just mentioned that, you know, the energy levels are going to be like really great, because now this is the month when you're going to be able to feel your energy levels are going to be fantastic, so much better than normally. And you know how many times I said how important is actually to realize that the energy levels are so much to do with our achievements in life, because if our energy levels are not as good, we may not be as effective. So you're going to find yourself achieving a lot, achieving much more this month than you would normally achieve. So that's absolutely brilliant when it comes to your health. I do see indeed the lower back problems. The lower back is going to be very sensitive area, and again, your actual stomach and digestion. I know you've been through this before, but this seems to have been like this year that lots of people, lots of signs have been affected with digestion. So this is something that you're going to need to kind of pay attention to, because what is going to happen, even if you're like completely healthy and you're eating completely healthy food and everything is perfect, it doesn't matter. You're still going to find yourself in a situation like, oh God, my stomach, my tummy is just feeling a little bit unusual. And this is because there is going to be like a little bit like of a negative energy when it comes to your digestion. And I would highly suggest to get something that is going to help to strengthen your digestive system, something like a spirulina or something like a blue-green algae. If you can get these supplements, completely natural supplements from the sea, of course, and this is full of goodness and full of wonderful minerals, try to get it, try to get this like blue-green algae or spirulina are equally really good when it comes to our digestion, when it comes to our digestive system, and when it comes to our overall health, when it comes to our energy and the digestive system, because it's full of goodness and it has got this ability to actually rejuvenate your stomach and things like that. So this is something that I would highly recommend. But of course, these are natural supplements, I would highly recommend to take it every now and then. But as I have to say, if you are on any other medications, please do check with your GP or check with your doctor whether this can actually interact with your medications or not, because only your GP and only your doctor is going to be able to actually answer this for you. Okay, but it's something, blue-green algae and spirulina, it's not only good for the digestive system, but as I said, for overall health, it's a very good for rejuvenation indeed. Something that everybody should be taking every now and then. Now, going on the first day, now the 3rd of November, it is just going to be the day. This is going to be the key date. This is going to be the key date for you, the 3rd of November. The 3rd of November is going to be very powerful. Please try to write number 3 on your hand, or try to on your arm or on your leg, or try to have the energy of number 3, or try to write it on a little bit of paper and put it in your pocket and just have it with you all day. The point is to have the energy of this number 3 on you already, and when you have the energy of this number 3 like written, this particular energy is actually going to help you to attach to this energy of the 3rd of November, which is just going to make everything even more smooth, which is going to make everything, the energy even more, to flow freely. So you just get the best that you can possibly get on this particular day, because you're going to be even more tuned in with the energy of the universe if you are having number 3 or the energy of number 3 around you. What number 3 is going to do? Number 3, I cannot even explain how amazing this day is going to be. In the morning, you're going to wake up and you're going to feel like just like every other morning, but as the time goes by, you're just going to start realizing that there are going to be certain signs that are going to come directly from the people in your life, the certain signs and the certain realization that are going to come from other people in your life, whether these are people in your family, whether these are people like at your work, but however, these people will mean a lot to you. And there are going to be signs that are going to come from them in a very positive and optimistic way, like it's going to come in a form of like admiring you. This admiration that you are going to have, this energy is just going to be like bum bum bum, like dun dun dun, without even realizing. This energy is going to be the new starting point, and this new starting point is just going to push you towards a certain direction that you wouldn't normally go towards, and this is exactly what you needed. On another hand, just rewards from your hard work, just rewards from everything what you were focusing focusing on, and trust me, this is going back to 36 months ago, and now you've got the 3rd of November, and this is going to be this wonderful life-changing realization that you are going to have. And also there is going to be very much so connected about a power to the actual power, to the actual success, to the you know, to the new direction in life. But also this is all going to come from your own success and results from your hard work. And also this is going to be a lot to do with like basically materialistic gain. So this is going to be good, because this is going to be very positive for your personal security and power, and you will find yourself in a situation you want to buy something for someone who mean to you a lot. Maybe you couldn't buy it before, maybe it wasn't the right time, but this is how it's going to be. And also, on another hand, by the time you get to the end of the day on the 3rd of November, you're going to be like, oh my goodness, you're going to start feeling so passionate about certain things in your life. You're going to start feeling so passionate about things you haven't been feeling so passionate before. You knew these things were at the back of your mind. You knew what you were excited about. You knew what you wanted to do in life, but you just, Gemini, my beautiful babies, sometimes when this energy is so heavy, it just clouds so much that it can like kind of, you can achieve so much, but this energy is like a very tricky and very cheating energy, because you can achieve so much, but this energy is just clouding everything and it's not making you realize your own success. This can happen very, very often, and this particular energy is just going to go away, as I said. And also by the end of the day on the 3rd of November, you're actually going to start feeling extremely enthusiastic, and also you're going to have a whole new initiative, and you're going to have a whole new optimism that is going to come through, and you're going to become very, very motivated indeed. Those things that were like kind of like driving you crazy, those things that you didn't like doing and things like that, now you're going to find them as a positive challenge. So this is going to be very, very good and interesting twist for you indeed. Okay, something that I highly recommend. You know, I always recommend you the best things, but highly recommend. Look at this beauty. Look at how gorgeous this is. Black onyx. Okay, black onyx is amazing. Very, very powerful crystal. This comes with a sterling silver setting and a sterling silver chain, and the link is in the description below if you would like to buy it. I highly suggest you to buy this and to wear this throughout November and December as well, because this is something that you're going to need. And this is a lot to do with your own grounding, with your own power, with your own success. This is to do a lot with your own protection, but also for mental and physical power. This is absolutely brilliant crystal to wear. And you will be going through a lot, and you will be going through lots of things and certain changes as well. And this is why I need you something like a black onyx, not only to ground and protect yourself, but also for physical and mental endurance as well. Okay, black onyx, absolutely a must have. So not only for November, but throughout December as well. Now, you see, I've got it here. You see, my beautiful black onyx is just right here with me. Okay, now the second important date is going to be on the 14th of November. On the 14th of November, I just need you to be like a little bit careful, because on the 14th of November, this is when something a little bit weird is going to happen. Somebody's going to like kind of do something, and it is not going to be nice, and it is that person is going to be connected to you, and you will kind of really be left with a bitter taste in your mouth, because you will not like the way the certain situation is going to resolve about someone in your life. And that particular person is somebody who's really good to you, somebody who you are thinking of very highly, but you're just not going to like something, because they will do something and that is going to surprise you, and not going to be able to understand why. That in itself is going to make you feel like a little bit, oh gosh, you know, like a little bit of a partial loss basically, and it's just like it's going to be connected to like a little regret as well, and this is going to be connected to another person. But please don't get me wrong, I'm not like a sad lala or something, you know, trying to make you feel really negative, but you know, this is life. If there is no good, there is no bad. If there is no white, there is no black. If there is no positive, there is no negative. There is no, you know, this is life. It's a yin yang, do you know? And this is your yin-yang situation here, but this is going to be really good because on another hand, this is going to make you feel a little bit nostalgic, and this is where the key is going to be. This nostalgic feeling is going to be the answer to certain problems in your life, to the certain blocked happiness, if I can say like that, in your life, because this is going to make you and help you to realize something really, really important indeed. Another thing I was going to recommend you is, of course, a lapis lazuli. You know, I spoke about lapis lazuli so many times. Lapis lazuli is very, very significant, and it's very powerful, and especially when it comes to the actual situations like this, when we get like a little bit upset with someone in our life, but when we can't understand the reason why people can do certain things and why people act in a certain way. But the key here is that this energy is just going to be connected to your childhood, and it's going to be connected to the long time ago. And now suddenly you're going to find yourself in a situation like being very nostalgic indeed. But this is very important because everything happens for a reason. Beautiful circle is going to come through. Beautiful circle is going to come about. Beautiful circle is just about to happen here, because the very big answer to the very big problem, very big question you're going to have, and you had for a really long time, it's going to be waiting for you there. It is the reflection from the past that is going to bring you some wonderful insight. And the reason why I suggest to wear lapis lazuli throughout November as well is because lapis lazuli is going to help you to enhance your third psychic eye. It's going to help you to connect to the actual universe. It's going to connect you to your angels. It's going to help you to connect to your spirit guides. And on another hand, it's going to help you to actually single out these important messages. Sometimes we can receive lots of messages and people just can't really, because of the amount of energy, people can't really recognize which are the right messages. But by wearing lapis lazuli, it's kind of like subconsciously kind of makes you to be drawn, or to feel drawn towards the right things, or towards the right answers in your life. This lapis lazuli comes with a sterling silver setting and a sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is of course in the description below. Okay, so now going on the third date, which is going to be 26th of November. Now, remember, okay, so now 26th of November is basically, this is going to be very deep day. This is going to be really strange day. This is going to be very unusual day. You are going to be the part of like a different dimension. You're going to feel a little bit weird in the morning, you know, one of those like, days. And this is where black onyx comes through really nicely, because black onyx, remember, helps you to ground yourself. And when we feel like a little bit weird, we are part of a different dimension. When we are part of the different dimension, we are more open spiritually, and when we are more open, we get all sorts of information. But on another hand, also when we are more open, we tend to be more prone to pick up the negative energies. So this is why I need you to have this. So 26th of November is going to start like an unusual day, start like a strange day, just right in the morning. Okay, but think about what's on your mind, think about what you're thinking, because there is going to be something very unusual on your mind, and that particular thing that is going to be on your mind, it is just going to become very soon afterwards something more than just a thought. It's gonna become like a really powerful little seed in your mouth, in your mouth seed that is in your, a seed in your mind, really powerful seed that is going to be dropped here, you see. On another hand, 26th of November, later, this is just the first thing in the morning, just watch for strange things, because there is going to be something very interesting that's going to come through as well. But on another hand, 26th of November, it's not only important because of this, but there is going to be a really powerful request that you are going to have. Request, challenge, and promotion. Step in the right direction. Step with the more and different things that you're gonna have the opportunity to start doing. And that in itself is going to be brilliant, because the big, massive, huge problem is coming to an end. Massive problem is coming to an end, okay? Something that you wanted to happen in absolute ages. And this problem is going to be so significant that is just going to make make you feel so happy. It's going to make you feel like you want to have a celebration with people, celebration with the best friends and best people in your life. And in itself, this is going to be an amazing time because it's going to be so powerful. It is almost going to have a healing effect on you. In fact, the whole day is going to be very, very healing indeed. Now, going on the first part of November 2018. Now, I like this because you will be very much so just before the very first day of November, you were kind of come across someone, you saw someone, you got to know someone, not for the first time, but you got to know the certain strength of someone or certain side of someone, certain situation was brought up just a few days before the 1st of November. Now, this is really good because this is going to motivate you, which means that somebody motivates you really, really nicely, really beautifully, okay? And this is really important because that is going to help you with your own self-esteem, and that is also going to help you a lot with your own personal balance. There's a lot to do with someone being very compassionate and something that you really like the way they did, and that is going to come through, that is going to come back on the 1st of November, in the very first week of November, and that in itself is just going to make you really, really inspired. You will feel very, very inspired. I can see inspiration, but this is really, really good. And you know what? This is because subconsciously you're going to be like buzzing. Subconsciously you're going to be buzzing. You know why? Because you will be feeling the actual connection with you and the universe, and that connection is going to try to let you know that there is a recognition that you are going to have, your personal recognition that you wanted to have in a really long time. It's going to come through this, and this is why you're already going to be feeling like this, because subconsciously you're already going to be there. That in itself is going to also kind of following after that, couple of days after that, there is going to be the situation where you will feel a little bit stroppy and you're going to feel a little bit strange on one particular day in the first week of November. You will kind of act very like anxiously, and you're going to act like a little bit maybe like a stroppy, because you know we all have these days, we all have this time. We wouldn't be who we are if we don't go through good things and don't go through bad things in life. We don't always smile, we're not always happy. It always has to be that balance, as I said, okay? I'm not going to say that you're going to be unhappy for the rest of the month or something, but there's only going to be like a day, a couple of days that a certain situation is going to arise that is going to make you to act in like maybe a little bit more stroppy way that you normally would, and that is just kind of it's going to make you to withdraw from the situation a little bit, and overnight, one evening in the first week of November, you are just going to be kind of thinking, and something is going to come to you. There are 4 things in particular that are going to be on your mind, and something is going to come to you, and you are going to decide to abandon the certain part of your life. You will decide to avoid and cut out a certain part of your life, and this will be probably the best thing that you have actually done this year, seriously, because following after that there is karmically this is going to be really good. Karmically this is going to be amazing. You're not going to be able to kind of like literally see this, but the energy is just going to shift completely. Once the energy shifts completely, something really big that you wanted to happen in a long time, it's going to happen, and there is going to be a swift change when it comes to those things in those areas in your life that have been very, very stale. When it comes to work, career, this is going to be absolutely brilliant time, very, very practical. And when it comes to the actual security, there's going to be fantastic realization. If you have been struggling with the money, by the time we get to the mid part of November, if you have been struggling with the money and financial situations, now this is going to be really great time, because security levels are going to be much, much, much better indeed. There is the certain situation from the past that is going to come back from the childhood, not the one I mentioned before, but this is something completely different. Something in the childhood, like a little negative situation that happened in the childhood, it is going to kind of come back, it is going to kind of bounce back, but this is because you're going to the certain spiritual journey, you're going on a whole new level and a whole new different level. So this is why from you it's going to be required to deal with a certain problem from the past, from a long, long time ago. You're going to need to shine a little bit of light on it, a little bit of light, and then you can enlighten it. And once you do that, the problem will just be gone. Poof. gone. And this is exactly what is going to happen. But before, this wouldn't happen because you didn't have this particular energy of November. And remember, this energy is just going to help you to connect to everything so much more. So there is a particular problem that is going to come back, but now this time this is going to be resolved. And this is a lot to do with some kind of manipulation, and it's a lot to do with some kind of manipulation, some kind of negative things that you have been going through childhood. It really depends, but that is going to come back, and that is just going to kind of be actually really good, because there is going to be now the realization that you are going to have. It's going to be different because you will be able to see this from a whole different angle, which is really, really good. It's going to help you to relax after that moment, after that point, and the balance is going to come back. That's the most important thing, that you are going to have your balance back, because this is something that was really making you be quite negative, about your life, and it was always kind of making you quite indecisive at the times, because you were still drawn to the particular situation that happened when you were younger. Okay, so now basically also you will realize by the time we get to the last part of November 2018, the last part of November, it's also going to bring like a competition. You are going to be the part of competition. Please go for it, do it. If you are invited to be the part of the competition just out of the blue, you know what, just go for it and do it, because there is something really beautiful is actually waiting for you there. Some success through some kind of competition. Also, this is very important, the last part of November, not only for you, but this could be like a people in your life. This could be people in your life, people who mean to you a lot and things like that. So just think about it. This is very significant and very powerful energy of this competition that is going to be going on. On another hand, what else I was going to say, listen, this is very important. The last part of November also, if you were like trying to if you took someone to court, or if you're trying to sue someone or something like that, it is not something that you would like start now, but it's just something that was in the progress already. So if you already did start this, or if you already are, it doesn't have to be court or suing or anything like that, but it could be something to do with like anyone deciding something for you. If someone is deciding something for you, and they have been deciding for a really long time, especially for the last 11 months, especially very significant, or even for the last couple of years, but the last 11 months very, very strongly significant. If someone is deciding something for you and you are waiting for them, and that's really important to you, there is going to be a really good news. Your justice is coming, your justice is coming, your justice is coming at the end of November 2018, and that is something that is going to have a beautiful enlightening effect on you. Okay, very, very good indeed. Okay, and what else I was going to say, that there is going to be a very interesting situation that is going to happen at the end of November. Watch for the advice that you are going to get from someone, by someone very spiritual, by someone very powerful, by someone very significant in your life when it comes to spirituality, when it comes to your particular spiritual journey and things like that. Somebody who is like your guru, or somebody who is like your teacher, spiritual leader, somebody who you really look up to, somebody who is very powerful in your mind, because it could be either directly, but I think it's going to be more indirectly, like you're going to watch something, you're going to read something, because there is a certain realization that you're going to have through somebody who is very big in your world when it comes to spirituality, and that is just automatically going to make you overwhelmed. It is going to be an overwhelmed emotion, because it is going to be direct answer to the problem that you had that was in your life for the last 10 months, and this problem is connected to other people, to the certain situation, and to the financial situation as well. Okay, but however, the actual advice you will have from this particular person who is like your teacher in your life, and that advice is going to be absolutely, literally life changing. Okay, my beautiful Gemini, what am I gonna do now is I'm going to shuffle these cards, and I'm going to do the Geminis that are in relationship first. And also lots of people were asking me where did I get my tarot cards, and lots of people are asking me if I'm going to be selling these tarot cards, and I'm selling them now. I do like my tarot cards to be really different. I do like my tarot cards to be like a vintage style. I like old vintage, like an old tarot, very different. It's a very, very powerful energy attached to it. Well, I find it anyway. If you would like to buy this tarot card deck, it's the link is in the description description below as well. Okay, so now I'm going to shuffle these cards and I'm going to concentrate on those of you Gemini that are in relationship. Okay, for those of you Gemini that are in relationship for November. Oh Lord, oh dear, dear, dear. Okay. Okay, so Gemini, okay, cool. Okay, I get it. So now this is gonna be very very strange months for those of you that are in relationship. Look at that one here. This is going to be very strange months. You know why? Because there is a certain problem that it's going to come back. The problem is not so much to do with you, but the problem is going to be with your partner. Okay? Your partner will go through a very difficult situation. This is not that much to do with you, but this is like basically to do with your partner and with their life. There have been a lot going on in their lives, you know, whether they have been talking to you or not, but have been worrying quite a lot. It's a lot about your partner not being able to understand how some people can be maybe cruel, or how some people can act in a certain way, and it's a lot to do with like deception, and with people being really dishonest, and with people having really bad influence. It's all these things together, very, very negative indeed. So your partner is going to be going through something very difficult. Your partner is going to be going through something very, very heavy. This is not just something that manifested just like that. This is something that has been in your life for a really long time and in your partner's life for a long time, but this is now something that is going to come up to the surface, and this is just something that is going to require your partner's attention, but then again at the same time this is going to require your attention as well. So there is going to be a very negative situation, and the bottom line is that your partner is going to need a little bit of your love, a little bit of your emotions, maybe take care of your partner, take them out, you know, just do something different. To take them to the little trip abroad or something, to the nearby village, or do something different, because it's going to be really significant to actually try to bring like a completely new energy, a completely different energy into this situation, because by the time you get to the end of the month, you know, it's going to be absolutely fine. This is going to be a really great homecoming time, and I can see you both are going to go through this, and this is going to do nothing but make your relationship even stronger, and it's also going to make you realize how powerful your partner is, how much you actually love your partner, how different your partner is, how quirky your partner is, and things like that. You know, you're just going to find all those traits in your partner, and it is just going to take your relationship on a whole new level. So the end is going to be really, really good, because it is just going to be very significant when it comes to love, how much you love your partner. It is going to be a really great balance, and your relationship is going to feel even stronger, because your partner is going to feel and be really grateful to you. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to shuffle these cards, and now this is going to be for those of you Gemini that are single. For those of you that are single. Gemini, single Gemini for November 2018. Okay, Gemini, you see, this is going to be the month when you're going to be like quite, you know, when it comes to the actual social work, when it comes to your actual social relationships, when it comes to people in your life, this is going to be the great month, because you are going to find yourself, when you're going to be going out a lot, you're going to be meeting lots of people, but above all, I can actually see you with people in your life. I can actually see you getting closer with the people in your life, with like a real friends in your life, and maybe if you didn't spend much time with them lately and things like that, this is going to be absolutely brilliant. There is one evening, one day, when you're surrounded by the people in your life, there is a certain advice that you are going to get by somebody who's very sympathetic, somebody who's very beautiful, somebody who's very gentle, somebody who's very successful, but somebody who's very gentle and beautiful in this life as well. Somebody with a very, very beautiful energy is going to give you a very interesting advice. That advice that you are going to get is going to be kind of connected to somebody that you like, or somebody that you liked in your past. That advice, it's also going to make you realize something really important. It's going to make you realize that maybe it's the time to move on from a certain person in your life. Maybe it's the time to move on from a certain people in your life. But there is a one person in particular that you're going you're going to need to forget about. First of all, this is a couple of things that I'm going to need to tell you. For those of you single Geminis, you have been focusing on somebody that you shouldn't focus on. This doesn't have to be somebody who you kind of went out with, or somebody who you had something with. You know, this could be somebody that you maybe just singled out like about a few months ago, and you have a very strong power of your mind as well, Gemini, like a Scorpio. So you can just sit down, people can feel your power, people can feel your mind, even if you're not even saying anything. It's your energy is like very, very significant. And this is like when you like someone and you fancy someone, and especially when you, without you even realizing, you know, you just close all these doors and you don't allow anyone else to come in. And through this person, through this advice, there's a certain realization that is going to come through. So first of all, you're going to realize and you're going to let that person go. You're going to realize you're going to let that person go, somebody who's still part of your mind. I repeat, this might have not be somebody that you've been with, but maybe it could be somebody who's ex and you're still thinking about them. Maybe you shouldn't. Maybe it was somebody that you met like 2 months ago and you only saw them in the shop, you're still thinking about them or something, but maybe you shouldn't. Now, this is going to be the time for the fresh start. Fresh start, fresh start, fresh start indeed. It's so important to find out who this person is and just cross them out of your life. At that moment, so many doors are going to become unlocked for you indeed. Another thing that I was going to say, sorry Gemini, sorry, this is not going to be the best month to find someone, okay? I'm not saying that December is going to be exactly the same. No, no, no. When it comes to feelings and emotions, December is going to be completely different. Watch this space. But when it comes to November, remember there's certain edits that you are going to need to do. So first of all, you're going to do this. And by the time we get to the last part of the last day of November, there is also going to be the situation that is going to arise, and you are going to find yourself like a really drawn to someone. Sorry, I'm again being bad lala. You know, you're going to find yourself in a situation bad lala. You know, I just made that up literally, but you know what I mean anyway. So you're just going to find yourself in a situation where you're going to find somebody that you like, somebody. This is going to be somebody either connected to your work, either connected to your university, college or something, or if you're retired, this is going to be somebody who's, you know, going to be there, surrounded by the people that you normally, where you go to do like a hobby, for example, where you go on daily basis, weekly basis on the market or something, you know, like where you see people often, you know. There is going to be somebody in particular that is going to be very professional and very successful in so many different ways that is going to catch your eye, and that is going to be another tricky situation that is going to come through. So you're going to have two tricky situations, and do them right, Gemini. You're so powerful, you're so beautiful, your energy is so different. I love you, Gemini. I love your energy. You make me feel alive. You know, when I'm with Gemini, I like life. I love life normally, but I love life anyway. But when I'm with Gemini, Geminis just make me realize so much. You know, the Geminis help me. Their energy, your energy helps me to open my eyes even further. So this is why I love you. So this is why you're very deep indeed. So basically, by the time we get to the end of the November, there is also going to be somebody that you're going to like, you're going to fancy, but that is still not going to be the right person for you. Sorry, but I will warn you. You can have fun, you can do whatever you like, but I would try to avoid this person. If you ask me, I would avoid that person, because that is going to be another tricky situation. So why are you having another tricky situation? Because if you would go for this person, it wouldn't turn out to be that good. And why is the tricky situation? Because you will not go for this particular person, but there is going to be a very powerful and very interesting realization that you are going to have about yourself, because after that moment, after that point, there is a whole new starting point going to happen in your life when it comes to your love, when it comes to your emotions, you see. So you just have to do a couple of edits, because karmically this is going to be very significant indeed. My beautiful Gemini, I love you to bits. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos, and of course I wish you the best November ever. I'm sending you brightest blessings, love and light. Okay, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium.